Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to 15 Minutes of Fame with Dawn Branch, where we bring professionals to your home so that you can learn and hear about their journeys of their failures and their successes. Today's guest is we have Mr. Master Professional Dancer and also a yoga instructor, guru, Yogi G, otherwise known as Garrett Steagall. Welcome to
Yes.
the show.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
I am
Welcome.
excited. Yes. So listen, everyone, look, we got the ambiance going.
Okay.
Ooh, I am ready to learn. So this is a little different on the show. Normally, we talk about professional dancers or professional actresses, but this is different. This is so unique to me and in my heart and what I want to learn. I'm on this journey. Yoga.
Yes.
So, and everyone, Kung Fu. Didn't
Mhm.
know that. I'm really excited. So, Garrett, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to put the stage over to you. And my first question that I always ask guests, who is? So, who is Garrett Steagall?
Who is Garrett Steagall? Well, I'm 28 years old. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, born and raised. But Garrett is a creator. He's a healer. He's a mover. He loves to explore the possibilities of everything. I love to put things together and try new things. That's what I'm doing now with my yoga, my meditation, and my dance, and kind of putting it all together to create my own sort of movement, so to speak.
Yes. And guys, you might remember he was a guest on Make the Cut with Erica and I. He was so kind enough to send in his professional video so that we can show young artists what a professional should kind of look like. So I still want to thank you for doing that. You were an amazing artist. Let me ask you, how did you even get involved? Before we get into yoga, I learned that you did Kung Fu. How did that
Yes,
happen?
yes. Well, I went to a school, a charter school. It was called W.E.B. Du Bois Academy. It was downtown Cincinnati, Ohio. It was a charter school named after William Edward Burghardt Du Bois. And one of the electives we took was you either took Kung Fu or Taekwondo, and everybody took step with the Greeks. We had an
Oh,
alpha, AKA, we had some deltas, omegas, a little bit of everybody came through, but my training started in Kung Fu. And that was like what, almost like 15, 16 years ago. But I was really young. I was like 12 years old when I started, and I had a passion for it. Like when I first was introduced to it, I was kicking and punching and making the noises in class. I was so enthused by learning how to kick and punch because I looked up to Bruce Lee, Jet
yes.
Li, people of that nature. But when I got into it, I picked up on it really quick, really quick. My instructor, he saw something in me. And when I first started, I was taking Kung Fu at school. So this is like 2 or 3 hours during the day. And then I would go to my instructor's personal school. He had his own
Oh,
private school. So I was taking Kung Fu in school and after school. So I quickly uh, built the ranks really, really fast. White belt, orange belt, blue belt, green belt, brown belt, purple belt. Then I got up to black belt in about 7 years. But I trained like twice a day, pretty much like 5 hours a day.
wow, that's
And
amazing.
that's
So
where
let
my
me,
journey started.
so are you still in touch with that instructor now?
I'm in touch with him, but I haven't been actively competing since like 2013, 14, when I competed in the US World Cup in Singapore,
Ooh,
China. It was in Singapore, China, one of the most beautiful cities I've ever seen in my life. Super clean, super strict in their rules, but it was a beautiful experience. But I'm not actively practicing or competing, but I do bring in different concepts from my Kung Fu and bring it into the yoga because I'm starting to learn that it's really all the same. It's all about the breath. It's all
mm-hmm.
about the mindfulness. It's all about keeping the joints mobile, keeping the body mobile, keeping the energy flowing. But Kung Fu is really challenging. And with me, I'm in school right now, finishing my bachelor's degree in ballet at the University of Cincinnati. So that's been like my main focus. So I haven't competed in a long time, But when the time comes, I'll be ready, because the yoga, it keeps everything flowing, you know?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I also read that you went to India to train.
Yes.
So talk about that, how you really took this seriously. And I
Yes.
also want to say congratulations to you receiving your medals in
Thank you.
China. Like, that's
Mhm.
huge. I didn't want to
Yeah.
just skip over
And
that.
you know what? I was like 14 years old, 13, 14. I really didn't know the caliber of like what I was doing, you know, and
Yes,
whatnot. And when I look back on it, I'm like, you competed in a United States International World Cup. Like, you know, now that I look back on it, but I'm
that's
so grateful
right.
for the experience. The yoga, let's see, I did my first training in Miami, and then my second 200-hour yoga teacher training in India with a yoga school. It's called Sakshi Baba, and the name in itself is extremely profound. The word Sakshi Baba means the mind witnessing itself. So when you witness your actions, when you witness your emotions, when you are in tune with the environment around you, and the body within you, that's called Sakshi Baba. You're witnessing your mind. You're the witnesser. You're seeing yourself. You're seeing your actions and everything. But the yoga studio is profound in itself. The instructor, the owner, he's from India, so he knew the streets. He knew how to get around. He knew the airports. He knew who to talk to, who to stay away from. But
So
this
let
was a
me,
200-hour.
I have a question about that. Can anyone just go to India and get training, or do you have to be at a certain level to go
You
to
can be
India?
any level, any level. They have
Okay.
all ashrams. It's called an ashram. An ashram is pretty much a place where you can go and receive yoga training, philosophy, meditation, sound therapy. It's pretty much, just think of a healthy, holistic wellness resort, so to speak. You have all these people coming. Yes.
Sorry, another question, because we might have a lot of people with different, Christianity and such. How will this affect the Christian belief, let's say? Because
Okay.
I just want to hear it from you how
Well,
the difference.
that's a great
Yeah,
question, because a lot of people might not, or they try to stay away from the yoga because they think that they're praying to a different God, or
yes,
it's taking all of that. A lot of my people from church, they're like, who am I praying
right.
to? What am I saying? This and that.
So can you
Yoga,
clarify that?
it is tied into Hinduism and Buddhism. However, when I teach my yoga, I try to teach it from a universal perspective. Like, it's beyond the God. It's about the God in you. And it's all about movement and taking care of yourself, because these movements that we're doing, they're primal, they're basic, they're simple, and they're created for everybody. So when people say meditation, who are you meditating to? Who are you focusing on? It's your practice. You can focus on God. You can focus on Buddha, Allah, him, her, we, she, they. It's universal. So when I teach my yoga, I try to bring a universal perspective. That way, I don't offend anybody in their religion or their spiritual practice, because that's what it all comes down to. It's you. God created your body, and He created your body to move and live, and for your body to create itself. So I don't think we should limit ourselves with the religion aspect to it, because whoever you're praying to, whoever you're serving, that God wants you to be healthy and to live your best life. And it's through movement. So sometimes when I teach my yoga classes, I don't say the ohms. I ask if they're okay with saying om, but om is the sound of the universe, so to speak. Some people may not or may like that. So I just keep it very universal, very traditional. And when I add the when I add the dance into it, it kind of takes the focus off of the religious aspect and gets more into the body movement healing aspect of the practice.
Thank you for that. Well said. And I'm so glad you were able to contribute to that, because
Thank
I
you.
know I know I'm going to become a client of yours. So I want
Yes,
people
yes,
to
yes.
understand that it's okay. It's an individual thing. And thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
You talked about sound and you talked about healing. Talk about
Mhm.
what's next with you with the sound healing and how that works.
Well, with the sound healing, sound is the most therapeutic modality we can use. It penetrates deeper than anything, so to speak. You know, we are vibrational beings, you know, by nature. So the sounds that we create with these instruments, they help restore the body's vibration to a more harmonious state. You know, we have a lot of things going on with the mind, the things we watch on TV, the police brutality, all these things kind of pollute the mind. And when you play these sound meditation instruments, they just calm the mind, they bring everything back into alignment. And it's extremely therapeutic for people who have all sorts of PTSD, stress, anxiety, those sorts of things. So it just calms everything. It soothes the soul. That's what it really does. The vibration.
Would you be able to give us a demonstration?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Oh, so excited.
So right here, I have 3 instruments I normally practice with. This is my chakra singing bowl, sound bowl. And I have my rain stick here. And I have my didgeridoo. This is an Australian wind instrument. And the thing that I love about these instruments is they're very intuitive. So you can create your own sound vibration through imitating different animals with this instrument. That's how you create the sound. So I'll give you a little taste of each one and play them all together. And just close your eyes if you're listening and just focus on your breath and just take the vibration in. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale.
Wow. Wow. I wish I could have seen you do that. I'm gonna have to press record to go back.
You know what? People do it often when I'm playing for them. They open their eyes like, where's it coming from? You know?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I am so relaxed. Honestly, people, I'm like, serious. I felt the vibrations. I felt my cells rejuvenating and moving.
Yes.
And, like it was communicating with you. It's very strange. Wow, thank you for that. Okay, so that's the sound healing. Okay, and now you sent me some pictures, which I'd like the audience to see. Let's see if I can find a share. And I want you to describe some of the poses for yoga here and describe what it is and how long it took you to, I'm all comfortable now and relaxed.
Yes.
Okay, everybody, this is Mr. Yogi.
That's me.
And that's one of your instruments? Okay.
Yes, that's a singing bowl there.
Okay. Now this position here, now I see you on 2 hands and no feet and you're lateral, parallel. What's going on with that? What is that?
So this posture here, it's in a seating posture where you cross your legs, Padmasana. And basically this posture here, it's a lot of core strength. I'm lifting my legs up into my armpits. Like in yoga, we have something called rooting to rise, where you press down and lift up. You create this opposition in the body. And what I'm doing here is I'm engaging my bandha locks. You have 3 locks in the body. You have Mula Bandha at the base, Uddiyana Bandha at the navel, and you have Jalandhara Bandha at the throat. Now, when you actively engage these bandhas in your body, it's like you're supporting and engaging your muscles from the inside, which help you feel lighter. So when I did this, when you engage these muscles, it's easier to lift and move your body in all these fun positions. Like, it's all about balance, rooting to rise, and engaging those internal muscles to help like lift you off the floor.
Thank you. Now,
Yes.
for a novice as myself, how long do you think that would take for me to get to that?
Now, this posture here is a pretty advanced version of the posture, and you can always go further. But
you can go further than that?
Yes, and that's the beautiful thing about yoga. People don't understand. They think it's, this is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end. I'm telling you, I've seen some people do some crazier stuff than me. I'm like, what? Okay. Next thing you do is one arm, okay? So you see how it can just get a little more challenging there. But this posture right here, it can take about a few years to really get the full expression, which I'm showing you here. But even a beginner can practice this. The legs might not go up as high. You might take the knees and just place them close to the wrist. And then you work your way up. As you build your core strength, as you begin to gain more control of the internal body, you'll be able to move the body a little bit better. You'll get a little stronger, and the knees will start to slide up and go a little bit higher. So it all depends on your personal, how bad do you want it? So if you practice this posture every day in your practice, you'll have it in no time.
Okay, thank you. Mm-hmm. Okay, now we're over here. This looks like something I could possibly do.
Yeah, okay, that posture, that right there, that's Trikonasana. That's a triangle pose. And it's a beginner pose, universal beginner pose. But this posture right here, it's a spine twisting posture. You see, I'm reaching down and I'm reaching up. I'm creating opposition in the shoulders. And at the same time, I'm twisting my heart towards the sky. So this helps open up your heart, open up your lungs. But at the same time, my feet are planted into the ground. This posture, it corresponds with the root chakra, with being grounded, being centered. It's a version of the warrior pose. So you see how the front knee is bent and I'm deep and anchored into the floor. This posture helps you feel grounded and secure in your body, but at the same time, it opens you up and it twists your spine. This is, I have to practice this every day. This one is the one that you have to practice every day because it just kind of works everything at the same time.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, now go ahead. What is this one?
This one is called locust pose, Salavasana. And pretty much this is from the 26-in-2 yoga sequence, also known as the Bikram yoga sequence. But the arms are under the body and the palms are facing the floor. You normally start off with one leg lifting at a time, and you place it down, and then the other leg and down. And then you take both legs up at the same time. But this posture, it stretches the entire front side of the neck, the throat chakra, and the heart chakra. And the legs start to go up over the head once you are able to, once you have that strength, you can take the legs up. But believe it or not, when your legs are up and over your head, it's a lot easier to maintain. It's really hard when the feet are like lower towards the floor. So when people see this posture, they're thinking like, oh my gosh, it takes so much strength to get up there. There's a point when you get the legs up there, there becomes a point where there's like zero gravity, there's like almost no balance. So it's really easy to take the legs up and over. But this posture right here takes a tremendous amount of core strength and spine strength to achieve this posture. I don't know too many people that can execute these postures, mostly like people who have a developed practice. They've been doing the postures for a while, but this is not something you just want to jump into. You got to train your spine. You got to condition the muscles in your spine to be able to hold you in this posture. But this posture, you can even go further. I'm sure you've seen different people, they take the legs over, then they touch the legs to the floor, then the head is in between the feet type of deal. So I can even go further with this. So what I'm working on is opening up the heart chakra some more, opening up the throat some more so that the legs can keep going even further.
Can you give us a demonstration?
Yes, I can.
Okay, hold on. Let me get you back. Okay. Live on 15 Minutes of Fame with the Guru.
Yep.
Yogi. Yes. Go ahead, Garrett. I should have some music.
So you're going to lay on the floor.
Okay, wait. Are you going to do the beginner version? And then
Yeah, I'm going to do the beginner version. Yep. So you want to bring the palms under the body, palms facing the floor, pinky tips are side by side. Okay. So you just want to breathe here, pull the shoulders back, and lift the right leg up. This is where it all begins, right here, just right here. And lower the leg. And then you take the left leg up. You hold for about 5 breaths or so, and then you lower the leg. And then for the third part, to lift both legs up, you want to bring the chin down to the floor. You want to kiss the mat, and you're going to press the palms into the floor, squeeze the legs together, and lift up. Hold it. And then slowly release.
Wow.
Just like that. This posture is very good for carpal tunnel, tennis elbow. If you have any inflammation in your wrist or your elbows, this is a great one to alleviate some of those pains in the body. But that's the beginner's version right there. And you just take it step by step. It will make you sweat. It will challenge you, but it's extremely therapeutic for the body.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yes.
If you have a level underneath beginner, that might be me. As a dancer, I'm thinking your arabesque must be crazy with that.
Yes.
Woo! Okay, is that a drum over there to your right?
Yes, it is. That is a little Congo.
Okay, and when do you use that in your, is that the whole sound healing too?
Yeah, this is the sound. So I try to have a nice, well-rounded practice. I have the drum, it keeps the rhythm. Okay. I have the sound bowl, it's a little bit more soothing. I have the rain stick. So these instruments almost represent the elements. You got your earth, water, fire, what else? And your wind, your air. Yes. So all of these components coming together, creating like my own orchestra. And this came about because I've always wanted to learn how to play an instrument. I've always wanted to be like, I wish my parents would have put me in piano or violin, but these instruments are more intuitive. You play with your imagination, you know. And I've been learning. I don't use my drum in the yoga practice that much because the vibration, it kind of builds you up when you hear the drum beats. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I try to use more of a soothing approach to it, but you can use that as well.
Okay. Wow. All right. So much information. So before we close out this and go into diet and nutrition, I want to just, can you just give me a quick synopsis of a beginner class? What do we expect? How much is a class? How long is a class? I know you're online virtually. How do we reach you for a class? Well, right now I'm working on my website, getting that going. But I will be teaching every Sunday. I'm doing 1 class a week just to keep everything nice and simple on Sundays, which is a very relaxed, calm day. My classes are $10 per class. So that's affordable for about everybody. And I'm trying to keep it that way because I want everybody to be a part of this healing experience. And the beginner classes, we'll focus on the breath. We'll focus on our breathing. I'll cue you with your breathing. Exhaling. We'll go through some basic, simple stability and strengthening exercises. Very basic, very simple. Some cat-cows, articulating through the spine, reaching up and over, curling the body, moving the body. And then I'll go into some standing postures.
I'll go into some twisting postures, nothing too advanced. Like, I mean, this might be it, you know, for some people, this is enough, just right here.
Yeah.
And then I like to do some core. I love my core sequence. Everything comes from the core. So when I teach any class, beginner, intermediate, advanced, expert, we always do the core. Everything comes from the core. And then I like to finish with a nice breathing technique and a sound therapy to send the body into a deep state of relaxation.
So during your class, and as you're telling them about the poses and holding the poses, are you giving them a brief history of what the poses mean and all of?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's something that's really interesting you ask that, because I love Sanskrit. Like, I love the mantra chanting aspect into it, you know, chanting the Om, chanting the different mantras to help soothe the soul in conjunction with the sound meditation. So yes, I do that. But the names of the postures, they tell you what you're doing. For example, Uttita Hasta Parangushtasana. What in the world is that?
Right.
Uttita Hasta Parangushtasana means take your big toe into your hand, and that's it. That's Uttita Hasta Parangushtasana. So when you learn the scientific name for it, it tells you exactly what you're doing, and people connect with that. Like, what is that word? What is this? What does this mean? Right. What am I doing?
Right. Education all around. Okay.
Yes.
And how long is this class there?
My classes are at 1 hour long.
Okay. If I can do it, I will definitely. If not, I'll sit and take notes.
And you know what? It'll go by before you even know it. When you get into your meditation, time becomes limitless. Like, you don't even know how long you were in there. You're like, oh, that's it. Yep, that's it.
Okay, so closing out with diet and nutrition. All goes together, mind, body, soul. So let's talk about that. Now, I know you're vegan, you do recipes and
yes. Yes, I am vegan. I've been vegan for about 5 years. If I had stopped my vegan diet, I'll only eat like a little bit of fish, maybe chicken, but I definitely stay away from the pork and the beef. Like, it's just really heavy on the digestive system. It brings a lot of lethargy into the body, you know, sleepiness, laziness. I don't like that feeling, and I never have, because I'm such an active person and I want to move around. So when you eat those heavy, dense foods, it just creates an energy that I don't want. So I am all about plant-based diets, eating things that come from Mother Earth. Mother Earth has come here to nourish us, help us replenish our minds and our bodies. So we have to consume the fruits of the labor of the earth, the fruits, the vegetables, drinking fresh water. And I just recently got into Irish sea moss, which, if you know Dr. Sabi, he's talked about it. It's an alkaline seaweed that grows in the Caribbean. I just ordered like 2 pounds of it. I'm actually selling it as well to like my people who are here in Cincinnati and whatnot, but it's extremely beneficial. It has 92 of the 102 minerals in it. I took some today, and like, my body just feels like, you ever watch one of those superhero movies and they drink something and their body just comes to life, the muscles and everything just comes back? Like, that's what it does. And I love that feeling. It feels so pure and divine because it's coming from Mother Nature. And, you know, my philosophy with the animals, you know, seeing animals, you know, killed and slaughtered and things like that, I feel like that energy is passed down through beings. It's passed down through us. When you see a pig being killed and, you know, the animal is being harmed, it's in distress, that experience is being absorbed into the meat of the animal. So when you eat it, you may feel the same way. And I've noticed this plenty of times. Like, when I eat, let's say if I ate some pork or some beef for like a family holiday, let's say like Christmas or Thanksgiving, okay, I might have to break my diet, maybe just a little bit, have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but not too much. And I noticed, like, I was very irritable. I was lethargic. It's because, and this is my personal belief, I just believe that the energy from the animals that are put down, they are transferred into the human body.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So if anyone wants to contact you for CMOS, or just give me one website that you would refer people to that you trust if they're interested in following your path.
You can look up
Maybe
Dr. Sabi's website.
Dr.
Yes,
Sabi. Okay.
type in Dr. Sabi. What's the name of his website? It's Alkaline something, but you just type in Dr. Sabi website and it'll come up. And I've been taking after him, and not only taking after him, but adding on to his legacy. He was all about the alkaline foods. Now I'm taking the alkaline foods plus your breathing and yoga, plus your sound meditation. It's a complete like wellness package all in one.
Yes, sir. Plus your defense.
Yes. You have to be able to protect yourself. Yes.
I love it all. I mean, I'm so engaged and I'm so involved in this. Okay, our last part, and then I'll let you go. Because you are a professional dancer and you're doing all this other stuff, let's talk about how you're going to combine it all. What's your vision? And go.
That's what I'm working on, right? That's what I'm working on. I'm working on bringing all the elements together. And how can they come?
What are we doing with it? Now, once you have that, what are you going to do with it?
I want to share it. I want to share it. I want to create. What I really want to do is I want to create a program where I bring all of these modalities together and help people explore the yoga side, the dance side, and the sound meditation side. But I want to almost turn it into like a TV show, so to speak. Like let's say Maury or Dr. Phil, like a Wendy, you know how people come on this show and they tell their testimony or whatever they're going through. The same thing with my yoga and my dance. I want to have a client where we come in, we talk about your ailments, what's going on with your body. Okay, well, here's a little yoga sequence customized for your body that you can do. Maybe you just got into an accident, you got some spine stuff going on, you share your testimony. I'm sitting here as the host, you're telling your story, and then we can show a yoga sequence customized just for you. And what can we do to heal your body?
That's awesome. Would you be interested in like having a training program to help others follow?
Yes.
Okay.
Online training, online workshops, online seminars for beginners. If you want to try headstand, I know people love inversions, like fun stuff. They want to learn the fun stuff. Get on top of your head and do that fun stuff. But I want to break it down for the most absolute beginner. People who ain't even heard of yoga. I don't even know what yoga is. I never even heard of it. I never even been to a class. I want to learn. I want to take it and start from the absolute ground up.
Well, my brother, you are on your way, and I am so proud of you. I do want to see you on the stage, though. Don't forget about dance, sir.
I have a performance coming up. We have a performance coming up.
I saw that. Tell everybody real quick.
Yes, so it's called Shout. It's with a Revolution Dance Theater. The director his name is David Cho, and the dance. It's an 80-minute production. We will be streaming it. It's June 18th, 19th, and 20th. We'll be doing live performances. So I'll be sending you some details about that. That way our viewers can watch and commit. But this production is extremely powerful. It's about this young guy living his life as a gay man in the Black church and what that's like and what he's been through and how he's revealing himself, how the church is accepting and rejecting him. So it's a whole lot of ups and downs, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Most of the music is gospel oriented. So it gets you on your feet. It might make you feel sad for a second, but it's a beautiful production of so many things to say.
So, sir, last thing, your contact information. If anybody wants to contact you, what is your IG, Facebook, all that stuff?
My IG is GSTEGS. So that's G Steagall. I actually have I'm trying to keep my yoga separate from my personal one, but my yoga channel is Yogi G TV. And you can just type that in, YOGIG TV. My YouTube is Yogi G TV. So you go on YouTube, type in Yogi G TV. You should see some content pop up. Same thing on Facebook. I'm Garrett Steagall for my personal page and Yogi G for my yoga page.
I love that branding. You're amazing, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And audience, guys, we all should take a group class with Garrett Steagall. Yogi G. We should do that. And then say that you saw it on 15 Minutes of Fame, and we could all do a special private group class with you. That'll be fun.
Absolutely.
I love you, Guy. I love you. So I will
Yes.
talk to you soon. Blessings, sir.
Blessings.
And thank you so much for watching
Thank
15 Minutes of
you.
Fame. Thank you, guys.